So you've been making music for a while now, and you sound like all of your favorite artists. You don't have your own unique sound. And we keep hearing that as musicians, we have to be unique, we have to sound like ourselves, we have to express ourselves. But, at the beginning, you're just not there yet. So how can we get to the point of developing our own sound, our unique expression? My name is Gabiga. I'm a music producer and artist. And besides making music, I enjoy talking about ideas and thoughts that help me in the process of becoming a better artist. So I used to be at that point. I used to sound like Tom Misch, in my case, or Kaytranada. Those two were the biggest influences of mine. And people used to tell me, I love your music, you sound like Tom Misch. And I used to say thank you, but at the same time I was like, I don't really want to sound like Tom Misch, I want to sound like myself. Although I wouldn't say that my sound is super unique, people do tell me that I have a sound, they recognize my sound as soon as they hear it. So I guess that to some extent I did find my own sound. Of course, there's always more to learn and more to develop. But if I could talk to my younger self, who was really desperately trying to find his own sound, I would tell him the following few things. The first thing is to stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Stop trying to find your own sound, because the process of trying is just blocking you from really doing so. When you're just starting making music, when you're at the beginning stages of making music, you have to build up a vocabulary. So just like learning a new language, if you want to express yourself in this new language, you first have to learn the words, obviously. So I would tell him, keep copying people, keep learning all this vocabulary, and with time, it will take time, but you will build up your own sound. And it will happen subconsciously, because this is where the magic happens, in the subconscious mind. At some point, you will have repeated those processes so many times, and those processes are mostly the things that you really like the most. Maybe you like this exact drum groove, and you make it over and over again when you make your beats, and maybe you even think you're doing it too much. But what you're doing is you're really engraving these things, these musical ideas, in your subconscious mind. And it will take time for you to engrave so many ideas in your subconscious mind, where you will be subconsciously making music that just sounds like you. Why? Because your subconscious mind will connect all these dots, all these different ideas, all these words, and make something unique. And so the next thing I would tell myself is that once you are at a point where you've built up all this vocabulary, you've really engraved so many languages, so many different styles of talking or of playing into your subconscious mind, then you're at a point where you can actively try to find your own sound. However, you will already have your own sound. Even if it sounds similar to other people, it will still be kind of unique in some way. But if you do want to find something very unique and you want to do it consciously, then I would recommend you to do the following. I would try to connect different genres, connect different languages consciously, and maybe different elements from different genres. Like for me, I can tell you an example. I'm a Brazilian. I really love bossa nova, but I also love soul and hip hop. So I was listening to bossa nova someday, and I was like, okay, how can I take these grooves that they use and maybe make it like hip-hoppy? Hip-hop has like this bouncy vibe to it, and bossa nova is more like, I guess, wavy, So how can I make these rhythms that they use in bossa nova sound more bouncy? And so I came up with this kind of bouncy way of making bossa nova drums, And then I would add some jazz chords or chords that maybe, sound like Kaytranada. then maybe I would play guitar over it. But all these languages together would then give a result that only I could come up with, because I connected all these different dots. To sum it all up, I would say that if you're trying to find your own sound, you're not there yet. Keep copying the people that you're copying. And if you can, copy as many of them as you like. Like, if you like 5 artists who are your favorite artists, copy all of them. Like, copy all of your favorite elements of these people. And do it consciously and accept the fact that you're not there yet. You don't have your own sound yet, but that's fine. Second, be patient. Keep doing that for a long time. Maybe it will take a year, maybe it will take 2 years, maybe it will take 5 years. But over time, your subconscious mind will be developing its own sound, its own language. And once you're there, where you have all this vocabulary ingrained in your subconscious mind, then you can try to actively create your own unique sound by connecting different genres or styles, consciously doing that, and finding something that you really like, connecting it with the other thing that you really like, and you will get there. You will have your own unique sound. So if you learned something from this video, I would really appreciate a like. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to follow, to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.